While we plan for the future, life has a way of reminding us how fragile it truly is. Death is unpredictable, striking without warning and sparing no one, regardless of fame, fortune, or status. The individuals you're about to see are renowned figures who, through accidents, illness, or extraordinary events, came face to face with the thin veil separating life from what lies beyond. Here are the top actors who, in the midst of delivering unforgettable performances, almost lost their lives on set. Number 10. Sylvester Stallone. Few actors demonstrate unwavering dedication like Sylvester Stallone, whose pursuit of authenticity has often pushed him to the brink. During the filming of Rocky IV, Stallone insisted on taking a real punch from his co-star Dolph Lundgren to make the iconic boxing scenes more realistic. However, Lundgren's strike was so devastating that it caused severe heart inflammation, initially mistaken for a heart attack, landing Stallone in the hospital. Doctors later revealed the injury could have been fatal. Remarkably, this close call didn't deter him. Years later, while filming The Expendables, his relentless commitment to action scenes resulted in another hospital visit, this time for a fractured neck, cementing Stallone's reputation as a true warrior of the silver screen. Number 9. Daniel Radcliffe. For Daniel Radcliffe, it wasn't a brush with death, but a heart-stopping moment of sheer panic. While filming the underwater scenes in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, the young actor faced an unexpected crisis. The plot's magical enchantment gave his character gills, so Radcliffe had to act without relying on oxygen. Mid-scene, he suffered a panic attack and began to struggle underwater, prompting the crew to rush to his rescue and prevent him from drowning. The incident was a wake-up call, leading him to take scuba diving lessons to conquer his fear and improve his breath-holding skills for future underwater challenges. Number 8. Drew Barrymore. Having already battled through the ravages of drugs, alcoholism, and the excesses of youth, an actress found herself staring death in the face once again in 2001, this time due to a devastating fire. One night, while residing in her home in Compton Green, she and her companion were jolted awake by the frantic barking and pounding of their dog. As they stirred, they realized with horror that their home was engulfed in flames. It was only thanks to the dog's life-saving alert that they were able to flee to safety, escaping unharmed. Tragically, the material damage was immense, with losses estimated at around $700,000, but their lives were spared, a reminder that sometimes survival is the greatest blessing of all. Number 7. George Lucas Long. Before Star Wars revolutionized cinema, George Lucas had a very different passion: adrenaline-fueled car racing. Just 3 days before his high school graduation, his life took a dramatic turn. During a race, Lucas was involved in a devastating crash that left him hospitalized and fighting for his life for 3 agonizing days. Upon his recovery, he reflected on the experience and saw it as a profound wake-up call, a sign that his true destiny lay elsewhere. Abandoning the racetrack, Lucas redirected his focus, paving the way for a legacy that would forever reshape the art of storytelling. Number 6. Johnny Depp. While filming The Rum Diary, Johnny Depp had an experience that nearly cost him his life. On a private plane journey with the film's director, Bruce Robinson, the unthinkable happened. The engines stalled mid-flight, and the plane began a terrifying descent. As they plummeted toward the earth, Depp recalls locking eyes with Robinson, both screaming in panic, convinced their end was near. But then, in what can only be described as a miracle, the engines roared back to life, saving them both. From that moment on, their bond grew inseparable, forged by the shared brush with death that would forever connect them. Number 5. Tom Hanks. The star of Castaway faced an unimaginable crisis during the filming of the blockbuster. To bring the film's harsh and demanding environment to life, the actor endured grueling conditions that took a serious toll on his body. During the shoot, He suffered multiple deep cuts on his legs, which quickly became infected. Tom's fever spiked, and he was rushed to the hospital, where he was immediately admitted to the emergency room due to the rapid spread of the infection. If it had reached his bloodstream, the consequences could have been fatal. To continue filming, the production team had no choice but to wait 3 long weeks for the actor to fully recover. Number 4. Elizabeth Taylor. Though she is no longer with us, the life of this iconic actress was as marked by tragedy as it was by glamour. Throughout her tumultuous journey, she faced a series of near-death experiences. At just 12 years old, she broke her back while filming her first movie, a painful omen of the hardships to come. She battled 2 life-threatening bouts of pneumonia and struggled with a dangerous relationship to pills and alcohol, which frequently landed her in healthcare facilities. In one extraordinary moment, she claimed to have seen and spoken to her 3rd husband, Mike, during a near-death experience. As she told it, she said, "Oh, I want to be with you," to which he gently replied, "No, darling, you have to turn around and go back. You still have much to do, you can't give up." Her words echoed a final reminder that, despite the tragedies she faced, her spirit was always fighting to survive. Number 3. Sharon Stone. The actress had a life-changing near-death experience while training for a charity marathon just before turning 40. An artery at the base of her skull ruptured, causing her to suffer a stroke. Rushed to the hospital, she hovered between life and death. After recovering, she described the experience as one of profound beauty. While unconscious, she encountered friends who had already passed away, an encounter that left a lasting impact on her. She later shared that this experience helped her lose her fear of death, and now she believes that when her time comes, she won't be afraid. It will be something beautiful. Number 2. Donald Sutherland. While filming Kelly's Heroes in Yugoslavia in 1970, the actor was suddenly struck by a severe attack of meningitis. Rushed to a local hospital, he soon discovered that the doctors lacked the proper treatment for his condition, and he slipped into a coma. For 6 agonizing weeks, he remained unconscious, but during that time, he experienced something beyond the physical realm. He described the sensation of leaving his body and walking toward a tunnel, drawn to an overwhelming light. Just as he neared it, he was unexpectedly pulled back into his physical form. When he finally awoke, the doctors told him he had been clinically dead for several minutes. Number 1. Eminem. The celebrated rap artist, consumed by the pressures of his skyrocketing fame, spiraled into a life of excess, wild parties, drugs, and alcohol. He lived this reckless lifestyle for some time, until one fateful day when he woke up in a hospital, the victim of a near-fatal overdose. Doctors revealed that had they found him just 2 hours later, he wouldn't have survived. Gripped by fear, the artist swore off drugs and sought recovery, but months later, he tragically relapsed. After another terrifying overdose scare, he was so deeply shaken that he made the life-altering decision to step away from performing, vowing to fully rehabilitate before returning to the stage.